I blame this on the baby formula shortage in the United States. You know, there was no baby formula shortage until men could get pregnant, and now there's a little bit of trolling here. We're doing a little bit of trolling, but in reality, the lowering of the standard of living, as well as the fact that the current administration doesn't promise a raise in the standard of living, we notice a little bit of swing in the pendulum, the cultural war. People are moving a little bit more to the right, caring about what they can put on the table rather than progressive virtue signaling. And because of that, the right-wingers are getting an edge in the polls. Which means that certain right-wingers, like Florida Man, is getting a lot more courageous and used Walt Disney, the mouse, in order to set an example to other corporations, which surprisingly fell in line relatively quickly. Some quicker than others. I don't know if Raytheon Missile Defense is still going to put their rainbow flag, but at least I know that EA is not going to issue a political statement, which made some of the gatekeepers at the company be very upset. You know, it's very interesting because when the company puts out bad products, when the company takes advantage of the consumer, when you have loot boxes, when they're trying to milk you of money, when they release bad games, you don't notice a walkout. You don't notice the people at the company be a little bit upset. But the moment they are being depowered, the moment they take their politics away, oh, then you have them they start crying. They go like, Ree! So I find that very interesting, right? Like the amount of respect that the people working at EA have for you, the consumer, is showing. And by the way, imagine if you are at a company and you want to hire someone, and you're asking, okay, so what do you know about game design? And then tell you, well, not a lot. I don't know a lot about game design, but if you hire me, I promise that I will take control of your corporate culture, and in the event that you do not speak the speech, in the event that you do not say the correct things, I will get my other colleagues and walk away and do financial damage to you. Because I think, you know, these are very honest people, and that's probably how the interview went, and this is probably why they got hired, right? You know, especially the people who are moaning about gatekeeping in the gaming industry for years. I don't know how Christians used to behave in the United States 20 years ago, but I do wonder if they were the same. If they were like, look, if you do not say Merry Christmas, if you do not have a Christian statement this Easter, we're going to do a walkout. We are going to walk out unless you have the correct speech. We want you to read the Psalms. We want you to bring a priest here and sanctify the entire company. Because honestly, these activists are so freaking toxic out of day. But at least they're shedding a light. It's like, hey, hire more activists so you can have more of this. So they can hold your company hostage. Just like it happened with Netflix. Just like it happened with Disney. I am willing to bet like the whole problem at Disney was due to the fact that they didn't expect the backlash. And there was some PR lady ideologically possessed by the woke ideology, which, by the way, is an inherently racist ideology, but it's not based on hatred. It's based on pity. That is what woke ideology is. A racist ideology based on pity. So, apparently the employees at Electronic Arts have threatened a walkout. And it's not because, like, the company isn't displaying the colors. Because apparently, like, you have to. Even during Christmas, that is not something required. Like, if you're a company during Christmas that doesn't want to display, like, the cross and the Christmas tree, you're not going to have employees try to walk out. I don't think, like, there's any other example where if a company chooses not to partake into some celebration, they're considered to be evil. But no, like the company does show the rainbow flag. It's funny that they're not getting in trouble for not showing the rainbow flag in China or in the Middle East. Like, that's fine. No, it's like, it's the United States. But like, they have to say a message that's meaningful. Like, that's what they want. They want the company to become political. Say a message that's meaningful. So they don't want the company to say a message about Middle East. They don't want the company to say a message about China. No, they want to say a message about the US. You know, insult their customers. That's pretty much what they want. Insult their customers. In a time when the entertainment industry is suffering because people are moving away towards the Japanese market. The Japanese market doesn't do any of this shit. The Japanese market actually cares about making good entertainment. But anyway, right, so, if we see the company rainbow wash their logo, like, this is the problem, rainbow washing their logo, like, new ideological frameworks explored. I would love if they would explore some new level of game design. I would love if they would explore some new level of storytelling. But that's kind of hard and difficult, right? No, we need to explore how we can bully the company into saying a message. And at this point, I have to wonder, like, if you put the gun at a company's head, because that's pretty much what you're doing, right? You're blackmailing the company. It's like, hey, you're going to lose money if you don't do what we want. Does the company genuinely mean it? Like, when I see a company say something about whatever, BLM, Ukraine, pick your poison, you know, like, when they say something like that, do they mean it, or are they forced to say it? That's what you have managed to water it down. You know, when everyone is super, no one is super. Now I literally can't tell which company is genuinely pro-LGBT and which company does it because they're afraid of their own employees. I think Ben & Jerry is literally the only LGBT company out there. Like, Ben & Jerry, you can wear the rainbow flag even when it's not June. You guys are pro-gay nonstop. I believe Ben & Jerry. That's literally like the only progressive corporation that I can believe. Like, seeing the stuff they put on Twitter, no way an average person would do that unless they're ideologically possessed. Okay? Like, there is no other explanation. As most of you know, when June the 1st arrives, many companies lean into the Pride celebration. Not many, all of them. Literally every single one. Because if you don't, it's assumed that you are anti-LGBT, which is like so bizarre. Again, it's like if a company would not have like a Easter logo, it would mean that they're anti-Christian. That's pretty much the logic here. Oftentimes with limited effort beyond rainbow washing their social account profile. As we head into the months, we want to ensure that our efforts in celebrating Pride is meaningful. I am so glad that these people are coming out of the woodwork so that the HR person is probably taking away their names right now. So that they know who gets on the next chopping block. Like, I'm telling you, because I do have a couple of insiders, not from EA, but from other companies. And they are usually looking out for these troublemakers. And it happened at Vox, if you guys remember, right? Like, Vox magazine with Carlos Maza and stuff. Like, he organized a walkout, and he was like the union boss, and he was getting more pay for his colleagues. If you actually follow, like, who were part of that movement, every single one of them got fired over the next couple of months. So I am glad, you know, Netflix is doing the same. And we're going to notice more companies just getting rid of these people, because the advantage is, and I'll tell you the bright side, most of these people are talentless when it comes to their industry. Like, it's very difficult to get someone like Stan Lee, you know, a person that is a creative genius and he contributes a lot to the company, and he has managed to create so many superheroes and so many interesting stories, right? It's difficult to get rid of Stan Lee. But like these chuckleheads, they're nobodies. They don't, you wouldn't even know their names. It's not like John Carmack who made Doom, you know, it's not like Gabe Newell who made Half-Life. Like, you don't know these people. They're nameless nobodies. So, yeah, they're not going to be very difficult to get rid of, which is what a lot of these corporations are going to do. Not on June, of course, because that's very homophobic. But after June, you know, the next time the company has to do a couple of cuts, and it's like, oh, well, we're not making money, we need to fire a couple of workers. Oh, well, you fire 100 employees, and 50 of them happen to be some of these individuals that are unhappy, and they want to do walkouts. Oh, okay, well, if you want to do walkouts, walk away. So, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you at the comment section. Take care.